guys, happy Wet Wednesday. So we're super excited today and for the next 3 weeks actually because we have a special guest.
So we're going to be introducing you to Dr. Todd Watson, aka Mountain Man Watson. He's kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to plants, plant pathology, and anything involving plants.
And so in this video, in the next 2 videos, he is our plant pathology field specialist. So he's gonna interact with a pretend homeowner and go through some ideas of what diseases are infecting her plants. So it's pretty cool to see them interact. And
very informative.
Very, very informative.
Okay, so now I've been having some problems with my postos. So why have they kind of started to die within the last year?
Yeah, this has been a pretty common problem. I mean, we get calls like this, and some of them, I mean, this seems fairly quick, which it is, but some of them, they will just be fully green, and then one day you look out and they're dead. All the leaves are brown and the sky is green. And so I get calls about that. And what's happening, let's take a look at your soil. Again, on most of the tree problems that I deal with, I'd say 70–80%, maybe more of the problem is somehow associated with the soil, if not originating. You know, something with the root system. Not that the soil's bad, but something involved with, because 50% of this tree is below ground, and it's that 50% which affects the top 50%.
So the roots are kind of important then.
Roots are very important.
Okay.
I rarely go to look at a tree problem that I don't look at the soil first. And so this is a clay soil, and you can see it's wet in this area. And I actually picked a high area on purpose. But if you look over here, this is a foot lower, and knowing that a post oak's root system spreads really far out. And you've got a place, if you sort of look, you've got a hill, really a watershed, that all this water is coming down, and then it's sort of just sitting here. It doesn't, it's pooling around the tree and keeping it wet. Well, post oaks don't like wet feet.
I love that hill because I do tarp slides all the time.
Well, if you look around at some of the other post oaks on your property that have good drainage, they're nice and green, and they look fine. And this one probably went through the drought of 2011 just fine, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because they're very drought tolerant, because they have a deeper root system. Where a lot of trees, their root system is shallow. Depending on where you are, in the upper 12 to 18 inches of soil, sort of looks like a wine glass on a dinner plate, where the wine glass is the tree, and then that dinner plate, wide and shallow, is the root system.
Oh, wow.
Well, for post oaks, their root system looks more like this. They're deeper than other trees, and so they survive droughts very well. But if they're wet all the time, the roots suffocate and die. As we had talked about, needing air being as important as water. And so we've had so much rain this spring. We had a lot of rain last spring too. The soil stays wet all the time, and they basically are just suffocating and dying unless they have really good drainage.
Sounds awful.
But it's been a common problem, and so what'll happen a lot of times is they'll get stressed. Oh, look at this one. Let's see. I didn't see any from a distance, but they will get stressed, and then wood-boring insects will come in and attack the trees.
Like the boars, right?
Yes, like the boar. And they'll come in, and not like some boars just eat dead wood. These boars actually kill trees, and they can kill a tree in a week.
Wow.
And a lot of people will blame the boars. I will see some people come by and say, this tree died because it got boars.
Yeah.
Well, boars didn't kill the tree. It was this area being too wet, because all the boars are is they're just benevolent agents sent from God to put stressed trees out of their misery. So let me see. I don't see any boar activity. So this is just from the root system dying. Now, one of the things we could do is we could, and I would recommend doing this, is sending in root samples, collecting some samples from around the tree, sending those into the lab just to see if it has phytophthora or something. If we wanted to try to maybe save this tree, it's pretty far gone. But then we could do some phytophthora root rot. It's a root rot that's phytophthora. Yes.
Okay.
And it's associated with wet soils. Actually, the fungus swims through the soil. Call the lab and ask them to give you a demonstration. So when it's wet, we have a lot more phytophthora. Post oaks are really susceptible to it. So we could look and see if it has that fungus, And if you want to try to save the tree, we could try to treat the fungus, but we have to fix this problem because fungicides will not save the tree if it still stays too wet. So there's two issues. There might be two issues. One that's abiotic, not involving a pathogen, that's too wet,
Right, okay.
and biotic involving a pathogen, and we need to attack both of them to effectively
Gotcha.
try to save the tree.
Wow, that was a ton of awesome information. Mandy, I hope that all of that information helped you figure out what was wrong with your post oak.
Yeah, and as a homeowner, I did not want to hear the things that he had to say.
No.
But it is good to know that, if we ever want confirmatory diagnostics, we can just send samples here to the lab.
That's true. That's true. So this was only part 1 in our 3-part series with Todd Watson. So we have a super fun video planned for next week. We'll be diagnosing a live oak and a holly. So make sure to tune in.
Which are also my plants.
Which are also Mandy's plants. So
see you next week. Bye.